Hey, all right, everybody, what is happening? Thank you to my subscribers. I got a whole lot of information to cram into about a 15-minute video, so we'll see how it goes. I got stuff written down, which I never do. I hope this works out. If I talk real fast like I am now, I apologize, but I only have so much time to work with. So, in palmistry, aka palm reading, because your body, your hand specifically, is a star map. Your body, your language, everything is based off the stars that's above us all day, every day. Your birth, your date, your time, all of that stuff, all your calendar, your clock, all based on the stars above. Okay, so your hand, your first finger, your index finger, is known as not known, it is associated with the planet Jupiter, and that is associated with Jesus. Jupiter is even known as the king of all planets. Now, your middle or second finger, or FU finger, is, funnily enough, associated with the planet Saturn, or Satan. So right there on your first two fingers of your hand is the duality system that we're all trapped in. The Star Wars, the Battle of the Suns. Jesus rose from the dead, right? Jesus and Jupiter ascending, the movie Jupiter Ascending. Jupiter itself is an ascending sign. So Jesus rose, Jupiter is ascending. Saturn, the black sun, the SUN, a Saturn, a descending sign. It's your two pillars. It's well, we've already been through this a bunch of different times. What you want is the sun in the middle, the real Jesus. There's a fake Jesus that they tell you about and show you out there. That's the Jesus on the outside. That's the fake Jesus where people use that guy's name to judge other people and throw rocks. That's the bullshit Jesus. You see him, then you can tell by that, because just like all these other religious figures, whenever they stand in front of something like the sun, the light back here, and they have a little halo, that means that they're blocking the truth. They're blocking the real light. This is not who you think it is. And see how he's holding up the two fingers, just like Satan, right? Holding up the two fingers, because it's the Star Wars, it's the duality, it's also the ages, the Pisces and the Aquarius. That's why Baphomet has wings, because this is a reference to the age of Aquarius, because Aquarius is an air sign. So your Pisces, Jesus, fish, Satan, wings, air, Aquarius. So what you really want is the sun in the middle. The real Jesus inside, your solar plexus, your light, your soul, your sun inside. The very first word in the Bible, in the beginning, is what it says. The kingdom is within, it also says. But that tells you something right there when the very, very first word is in the Bible, right? The word pyramid itself means fire in the middle. And you notice how this is brick? That's because, among other things, it represents the middle path that's laid out for you. Your free will, as far as I understand, only goes so far, because as far as I can tell and know, is that we only really have, free will doesn't go that far. We really only have one choice, and that's to either walk the path or don't walk the path that's already laid out for us. But that's up for discussion, but that's really not important right now with this video. And okay, I got a whole bunch of stuff written down here I wanted to talk about. So we are in a solar system too, right? Just gotta love that. To me, this whole return of Jesus is us using the light, the sun inside. God only helps those who help themselves. So when you're looking to the outside for someone to come save you, especially coming from the air, again, remember the age of Aquarius. Aquarius is an air sign. So whenever this is supposed to come down from the cloud stuff, sounds kind of like tricky to me, because they're going to do some sort of magic. It's going to be air magic. It's going to be some sort of magic trick in the sky that's going to convince people to worship something, or that something is going to save them. And they're going to find out that's not the truth. The same thing happened in Egypt. These things came through the sun, the Stargate, or whatever the case may be, declared themselves God, and people believed it and went with it. And then they found out that that was not, nope, big old trick right there. Sure was. And make no mistake, with those pyramids being built out in the Middle East, right? The original pyramids, and the word meaning pyramid, or fire in the middle, Yes, Egypt is an African country, but it's what links Africa to the Middle East, and it is known and associated mainly with the Middle East. So make no mistake about it, when those pyramids are built, the original pyramids, that meaning in the middle, that them things built in the Middle East was no coincidence. And that was just a clock. Let us know when this is going to happen again. And every 2,000 years, the sun rises in a different zodiac sign. So in Egypt it was Taurus, then it went to Aries, then it went to Pisces, and then it's going to and is now in Aquarius. So the sun god in Egypt was known as Ra, right? And so now the sun god in Pisces is known as Jesus. So the sun god in Aquarius will be known as something different. We just have to wait until this happens, which is not that far away. We entered in 2012 or 2010 depending, but all that was a countdown, a transition to the restructuring of this age, which is going to start taking place. The age of Aquarius is restructuring, which is basically going to be taking place now until 2020. It's when Saturn in the heavens above, in the sky above, the planet Saturn aligns with Capricorn. Saturn rules Capricorn. Capricorn is an earth sign. A new earth is going to be born, and a whole new system and a whole new way of life. And that's what they're talking about, how, merging the duality into unity, into a one world government and a one world currency, a one world religion. If you don't do it yourself, they're going to do it for you, and you don't want that to happen because that's not what you want. And if you can look this up for yourself, and this alignment starts in a few weeks in December here, and it happens to 2020. You look this up yourself, the Saturn Capricorn 2017 to 2020 alignment. You'll find out that those alignments are notorious for societal, economic, and government upheaval, revolution, and resets. So this is all going to be happening real soon, and this is going to be, taking place now. And whenever you're holding up these fingers, this is also huge. There's so many stories of the twins too, like the whole twins, man. Like that is an old story, and so is Jesus between Mithras and Osiris. It's such an old story. It's all based off the stars too. And think of this with your twins, with your World Trade Center, right? Your two pillars, two came down, one went up. It's your number 11. It's the doorway. And the multiples of 11. Like, think how popular, not popular, but how significant all those are. 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, 77, 88, 99. Your 69 and 96, your capstone, your Cancer sign, your vortex. 88, the cycle we're stuck in, the beginning and the end. One loop for the beginning, one loop for the end. We ride a bicycle, not a bicycle. One wheel for the beginning, one wheel for the end. 77, huge. 66, same thing as 96, 69. 55, your SS or Nazi SS, which is much older than that. It's way more stuff with 50, way more with all these numbers, but I'm just saying right off the top of my head. 44, biblical number of judgment. 33, you can go on all day about that. Here's another side note for you on 33, if you didn't know this. New movie came out, or is coming out, mainstream movie. Check it out. All about the number 33 and the Masons. It's gone mainstream. It's an actual big Hollywood movie called The 33 and I can't remember the name of it, but just look it up. 22, your number of the Masonic Master Builder. It's 322, right? 22, Master Builder. 11, the doors, the pillars, the everything. So this is a huge thing right here. These pictures, they say so much. And the story of Jesus being crucified on the cross, like I said, I think this stuff happened on some dimensional level. I really do. He was crucified on the symbol itself, like the duality, as above, so below, Saturn cube, hexagon, seal of Solomon, seal of light, whatever you want to call it, because it's just an X. And you draw a line here, draw a line here, you merge those two together, here you are. And the cross, the reason why one side was made longer than the other, one side of the X was made longer than the other, because in the story it was a public spectacle, so they had to prop him up, right, for everybody to see. And that, again, is just, it's all based off the stars. Make no mistake about it. Jesus is the Savior, right? That's what he's called, the Son, the Savior. That happened on the cross. Well, guess what? That is a reference to the astrological sign of Libra. See if this sounds familiar. Libra is the sign that points to the Savior who gives his life to redeem his people into eternal justice, weighing sin and salvation. Sounds like the story to me, does it not? And the sign Libra is just a cross. That's it. That's the cross right here. Here's the scales, which, think of this also, right? Scales can also be seen where? On a lying serpent, on a snake, on a dragon. So you use that sun, that light inside, to connect the two sides to bring them together. It's in your brain. It's called the corpus callosum. Here it is right here. Doesn't that look like the cross right there? Doesn't that look like Jesus being spread out on the cross? Here it is right here, corpus callosum, the part of the mind that allows communication between the two hemispheres of the brain. It links the two sides together. And here it is. And this is all, they said he was crucified in Golgotha, or Golgotha, or however it's Golgotha. It doesn't, Golgotha. That's one of the things that G stands for in the Masonic compass, amongst also the great work, merging the two pillars in duality into unity. Also, the great work is walking the middle path. But the word Golgotha means skull, which means your head, which means that's where your temple is, which is where God lives, and darkness, because God in the darkness lives in your heart and in your mind. And your brain is the brain's part. It's connected. It's all from this brain stem, right? Which is also a subdivision or a part of a branch, which is part of a tree, which is the tree of life, the tree of knowledge, the tree of good and evil. Mushroom cloud, my favorite, man. Mushroom cloud, just a tree, because the sun's nuclear, right? It's energy. This is just two is opposing forces. You're talking about darkness and light, real darkness, real energy, real light energy, that's all this whole place is. It's just one big energy playground. One big cyclical energy playground. I think that covers. I'm looking here. So who knows what this new religion, this one world religion will be, this new God that they'll tell everybody to worship. Don't you think it's funny too, like with Islam specifically? Don't you think it's very odd and very peculiar that you got Muhammad that's based all off of, right? And Jesus being the mortal enemy, the sworn enemy, basically kill anyone who doesn't believe in Muhammad, but specifically the Jews and the Christians. But don't you find it really strange that in the Quran, the book of Islam, Jesus is mentioned like 25 times and Muhammad's only mentioned like 3? Don't you think that's weird? So I'm just here to tell you to do the best you can. I'm not even trying to see. I am. No one really knows me on here, so I'm just telling you that I do the best I can every day, and I'm not even sitting here saying I do. I'm not trying to tell anybody anything. I'm just trying to share what my research is. I'm trying to be the best person I can be, and that's what it's really all about. The objective of the game is to not stay down, keep getting up. You take 2 steps forward, take 3 steps back, or whatever the case may be. Just keep going forward. It's not easy. This place is nuts. This place is absolutely crazy. And listen to me. Listen to me when I say this, all right? We are all so screwed up. Take a look at our society. The fact that we don't think that this passes as normal says a lot, doesn't it? But that doesn't mean we're a bunch of bad people that deserve all sorts of. Yeah, I'm not going to get on board with anybody with that shit. You got a lot of people on YouTube, specifically a certain clique, a certain club, that want to say we all deserve this. I disagree with that. I think everybody deserves to be happy. We're just all lost, trying to find our way, me included. I ain't on here trying to point fingers at anybody. I ain't on here calling anybody anything. I struggle. I fail. Oh, I fail every day, but I keep asking for help and begging for help and all that kind of what have you. We just have made a lot of bad choices, and that's all there is to it. There is a big difference between being a bad person and being a bad and making bad choices. Everybody can be forgiven. Everybody can be forgiven. There's always chance. There's always hope. It's never too late. And this stuff will keep going on and on and on and on and on forever. This place is a learning ground. It'll never end. So nice was no one's supposed to be listening to me anyway. You look at this stuff for yourself and you decide for yourself. I'm not here to teach you or show you. I'm not a teacher. I'm not here to. All this stuff is inside you. You don't need me. You don't need anybody. I'm just down here sharing stuff, trying the best I can. That's it. All right. I think that's it for today. Pretty long one. Okay. Nib High football rules.